Hello everybody and welcome to this playthrough of Yooka Laylee with your host as always, Mah-Dry-Bread. This is a Banjo Kazooie-like game made by the creators of Banjo Kazooie. If you've played Banjo Kazooie before, you're probably already getting an enormous nostalgia blast right now, just by how Banjo Kazooie this looks and sounds right now. But I want to get into things pretty quick. I've played about an hour and 15 minutes of the game, and I've absolutely loved it so far. This is a few days before the game comes out right now that I'm recording it, but it'll be going out on the day that it comes out. So it's possible that some things you see today might get fixed before launch. I'll talk about that later, though. Time code on screen already for if you want to skip straight to the gameplay, and I'm gonna get playing. So you can see there's the save file that I first practiced the game on, and much like Banjo Kazooie, we have the multiple save files all with different character actions. Let's get into it. I want to take a moment here. Is this not the most DK64 sounding song you've ever heard in your life? It's amazing, right? Made by Grant Kirkhope, same guy who did the music for Banjo Kazooie. Alright, we're in gameplay now. So the first thing you might notice is that shadows kind of fade in and out as you walk away and then walk towards them. It's not going to be like that if you play the game, if you decide to buy it for whatever reason, because I actually have to play this game on a slightly lower graphics setting than the default highest one, because for whatever reason this is a few days before the game actually comes out for public release, and there's a glitch where if you have it on the high settings, recording software can't record the game, the whole screen goes black. It doesn't affect that recording software doesn't like, so it's unfortunate. I hope they fix it soon, because the game is absolutely gorgeous when you play it yourself. YouTube compression probably muddies it up a bit. I love this character design already, though. This is Trouser. Look at him, he's a snake going through basically Banjo's shorts. It's an amazing character design. He's got so much personality already. Honest being the keyword. So you may notice I'm letting the dialogue run a lot rather than skipping through it to make it go by faster. I'm a bit of a Banjo purist. It really adds a lot to the personality when you just let them talk. It's fun. Yeah, so if you don't talk to him first, you can't open these chests. Trouser is our equivalent of, I believe his name was Bottles, in that he teaches you new moves. Bottles? Was that his name? The Mole from Banjo Kazooie. Yeah, it says X. I'm on an Xbox controller, but it's giving me, or rather, I'm on a PlayStation controller, but it's giving me controls as if I were on an Xbox controller. Very confusing. But yeah, you can see it's a quill. They're essentially the equivalent of notes. Basically, everything you find in Banjo, there's an equivalent in this game. However, there is stuff in this that Banjo didn't have. So yeah, you'll see there are butterflies around. Grabbing a butterfly gives you power for some of your abilities, as you can see there. But if you eat one, instead, that's health. So right now I'm looking for quills. I want to 100% this, just because that's how I play these collectathon games. However, I doubt I'm gonna get everything here right away. I like the paint cans, by the way. Multicolored paint. Sounds effective. Swimming controls in this game are fantastic, by the way. We'll go over that a little bit later. But yeah, I was really worried about this game when it was coming out because I heard a lot of people play like a demo for it and say it wasn't that good. But I'm gonna tell you right now, because of all the recording issues I've had, oh yeah, that's enough, but we can get a few more. If we jump off this cliff, you can see there's a little platform down here. There we go. Perfect. And we can just follow this path. Right, people were saying that it wasn't very good. I don't know. This is the third time I've had to record this episode due to all the recording mishaps, with the game being a little bit buggy in terms of that. I'm smiling right now, like ear to ear. This is just fun. The aesthetic, the music, the controls. I just haven't played something like this in so long. Let's just go grab that one last chest, because I can see it, and we will be back here later. This area is basically the equivalent to Spiral Mountain for this game, where it's just your little tutorial-y zone. Before we get to Gruntilida's Tower, which is Hivory Towers, I believe is what's called in this. You know, you shouldn't mock a snake for his lisp. It's just rude. He just has a telepathic key to that, I guess. I love the idea that Trezor's just an incompetent salesman. Reminds me of Gil from The Simpsons. Alright, I'm gonna skip through this area a little bit. It's a tutorial zone. You can just jump in the air while jumping to double jump. You can hold down left trigger or L2 depending on your controller to duck. You can see there. And swim controls are great. You hit your left button, which for me is square, to submerge. And then you just can swim around with the left stick. And you can hold X or A to swim back to the surface. It's way better than it was in Banjo. Ooh, swimming controls in Banjo were rough. And here are default basic enemies. I like their design. Everything has so much personality in this game. I like that line. I love the idea. We see things that we've never seen before, so our instant reaction is, let's beat them up. Yeah, we can eat a nearby butterfly. Got it. Already explained that. I like the butterfly idea, you know, that the thing that gives you health is also the thing that gives you energy and you have to pick between them. You'll be seeing what the energy does before the end of the episode, but if you aren't into all this tutorial stuff, I'll make sure to have episode 2 out for you pretty soon, and episode 2 is gonna have almost no tutorial. Yeah, private property. I like the toxic sludge with the letters coming out. Such a cool touch. I love that. Just when you yell "mwahaha" at the end of your sentence, do you think people are gonna trust you? Like, well, it's a good thing that they just leave their front door unlocked. So let's just run on in. I kind of love that. No loading screen there, by the way, just transitioned and we're in, which is pretty nice. I probably will have cut out the load screen earlier. I think the game was supposed to look at him there. Oh, there we go. Weird camera angle we got. Yep. I like that, he gave himself one. And that is a pagey. It's this game's equivalent of Jiggies. Instead of having the music motif, it's got a book motif. You're just not going up there because you tied your legs together. Well, your tail, torso, you know what I mean. Game doesn't think highly of the player and that it just assumes you need to go up here and that you're not gonna be able to find it on your own. But yeah, this is basically Gruntilda's tower of this game, where this tower, as far as I can tell, breaks off into every single world. And the only thing we need to get into the first world, much like in the old game needing one Jiggy, we need one Pagey to get into World 1. Which you'll be seeing the beginning of World 1 before the end of the episode. But episode 2 will be all World 1. Not to say I'm gonna get... Oh, they didn't bin it yet. Can I bin it? No. Not to say that all of World 1 is going to be on the same episode. It's gonna take a while. I haven't even done all of World 1 before. I've only played an hour and 15 minutes. Alright, jump that. And this is just to get you more accustomed with the platforming, I figure. Oop, almost jumped off. Wait for the platform. The aesthetic of this place reminds me a little bit of the inside of the ship in Rusty Bucket Bay, which I think is pretty cool. Alright, we got our first Pagey. No one's gonna be able to read that page, so I'll put googly eyes on it. Like that, I'm a Pagey. I don't have a name, though. I like how they're all in on the plan already. Guess they have a hive mind. The Grand Tomes are basically like the paintings that unlock the gates to new worlds. Sweet. By the way, as far as I can tell, no fall damage in this game. You can just jump off a pretty high height, not take any damage. Awesome. Seems trustworthy. Oh, free of charge. Perfect. This is just like Kazooie's trot ability in Banjo Kazooie, letting you go up slippery surfaces and you move faster. However, this one does use your power bar, unlike in Banjo Kazooie. You do move pretty fast though, and it's actually a really interesting game mechanic. I'll show you how it works. And then the game just makes really, really sure you know what you're doing, which it really doesn't need to do. Yeah, I get it, game. Ooh, that pop-in is really bad. I wish I could play it on the higher quality for you. I hope they patch that on release day. Because, again, you can play it on the highest visual quality. It looks gorgeous. It's just you can't record it on that quality or else the software goes black but the game runs fine. It's very strange. Pagey and a KG amazy. I think that line is entirely to let you know how to pronounce Pagey. I feel like this guy can slip through the bars. Alright, so yeah, this is the rolling ability though. It's pretty cool. And you got like different physics of your jumps and stuff when you do that. That teleportation was weird. Must be for the cutscene. Alright, just like with recovering the paintings in Banjo Kazooie, we need to use the pages on the totems. Totems? The tomes. I'm illiterate. Totems are very different. Alright, we only need to use our one. And this is World 1. It's like the Ant World thing from Banjo Kazooie. That's name I forget. Alright, let's go in. This is our first world. So we do have a loading screen on every world transition, but look at how short this loading screen is. I don't even have this installed on my solid state hard drive. And it's done. Tribal stack topics. I'm sorry, tropics. So used to the book motif. But on the next episode, we explore this first world. God, that is a nice looking bloom effect. Thank everybody for watching this first episode. I'll have a link to the playlist on screen and in the description if you'd like to watch more, as well as episode 2 on screen for when it goes live. Like if you liked it, subscribe if you want to, and until next time, have a nice day.